Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Solo ReacTalk. This evening, I'm going to be reacting to the finale, The End and the Death 3, The Death of Horus, voiceover part 12, finale made on the DQVO YouTube channel. And this will conclude my marathon of DQVO Warhammer 40k content requested by AnthraxCrab2222. Thank you again to AnthraxCrab2222 for the requests. It's been a wild journey dealing with the Emperor's humble beginnings in Anatolia, and then we went through the Webway with the Emperor and Ra, and we also went with Rogel Dawn, trying to resist the temptations of Khorne, and now we are dealing with the fight between Horus and the Emperor, and it has been a roller coaster ride. Really, it has been an exciting roller coaster ride of emotions, and just the thrill of it all. Whether it's the fighting, whether it's the talking, it's just been amazing. It's been amazing, entertaining, and this is all thanks also to, of course, most importantly, I should say, thanks to DQVO for creating such entertaining content, with the music, with the voice over or voice acting of the different characters. I think he's doing it alone. I don't know if there's any other contributing voice actors in these videos. I think it's just him alone, and really amazing work, very enjoyable to listen to, and it's been really entertaining listening to the different characters, and hearing them trying their best to fight against chaos, and then those who represent chaos fighting against the loyalist forces, it's been really entertaining. Thank you DQVO for producing such quality content. And yes, now let us finish this with the finale. Let's start. Oh yes, remember the links. I think I already said this, didn't I? Well, yes, let me just say it for the last time. The links, the original link for this video as well as DQVO are going to be in the description below. If you want to check out my previous reactions to the other Warhammer 40k content created by DQVO, remember that the playlist card is going to be at the top. And let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. The End of Horus.
Loken tries to stop his father, but nothing can stop his father. Nothing can stop the monstrous, bloodlit personification of chaos, so wretchedly bloated with power, so hideously sure of itself. Horus doesn't even need to touch him. Loken, sword raised, is swept out of his path by the crackling field of immaterial energies that surrounds his father's bloodlit form. The stinging aura brushes Loken aside as a wind might lift and scatter motes of dust, and sends him rolling and clattering across the oil-dark deck. He rises to his knees, numb and concussed, and yells his father's name. But to no avail, for his voice is drowned out by the rushing whispers that fill the air of the court. So he can only watch, his eyes wide with tears, as Horus Lupercal commits his final blasphemy and slays the Emperor. There's no joy in it, no sense of victory. Not even the contentment of closure of a battle squarely won, and a compliance achieved. To kill a helpless man, to crush his head into the deck with your maul, when he can't even stand or open his eyes. What does that say about you?
Well, you have your victory. Be happy. Be happy.
Some warrior, some war master. The infinite legions of the Neverborn are delighted, at least.
Of course, they are clapping their hands. I'm sure even the Chaos Gods are like, yeah.
They're whispering to each other. The rapturous hush and lisp of their voices is building around you, filling the court, beginning to drown out even the dry wood crackle of the burning warp.
Wow, they're really excited.
What is it they are saying?
Stop your whispers.
You tell them. You have no time for that jubilation. You need a moment to contemplate. Can't they see that? You need a moment to reconcile, to center yourself. Look at what you've done. Gods can do anything, and they do not make mistakes. But look at what you've done.
Yes, look at what you've done. Your father did the same thing to his uncle. He killed him because he killed his father, your grandfather. And I think I've said this before already, that this is a family curse, and there's just no escaping it. One way or another, family members within the Emperor's family are going to kill each other. And their children's children, which are the Astartes, are going to be continuously killing each other as well, as they join, whether they're part of Chaos or the Loyalist forces. This is a family curse.
You leave a Worldbreaker's spiked head out of the deck. Blood and years drip from it. There isn't even a skull left to place in reverence on your chapel's altar.
Wow, you made sure. You made sure.
Your maul crushed his head entirely and gouged a deep crater in the deck beneath. There's nothing but a mess of blood and pulped flesh, fragments of splintered bone, matted hair, a dislodged, staring eye.
Ew.
Steel yourself to be War Master. It's not about glory and prestige. It's about possessing the strength to see things through to the end, even when that end is regrettable and unpalatable. War demands it, and only the strongest have the stomach to finish what they started. You are the strongest.
Right. But before, you wanted him to be on a throne and to wear some sort of crown. You're confusing me, Horus.
War is ultimately a bloody, tragic business, and only the strongest have the wisdom to understand that once they unleash it, they must be prepared to accept the cost. He was just a man, and now he's dead. Forget that. Forget the mutilated horror at your feet. Remember what he was. Remember what you were fighting. The tyrant, the king of ages, the liar, the ruthless master who enslaved a species and used you all. The betrayer, the schemer who wove his damned and secret plans for 30,000 years without a second thought for the lives and blood that would be spent to achieve them. Yes. Think of that. Content yourself with that.
But look what you have done.
Let those thoughts be your consolation. Think of his crimes and his atrocities. Remember that he, and he alone, knew that suffering created lethal and unstable horrors on the other plane of reality, yet saw fit to breed a generation of transhuman warriors like you to subjugate the stars. And when chaos became a focused, existential threat, he seemed dismayed by the blood-lit consequences of his actions. You should have turned against him sooner. You and all your brothers. For all of them had wit and sense. You should have rallied them earlier, long before Ulanor, long before the crusade began to soak the stars in blood. A band of brothers, all of them masters of war, born to understand the properties of conflict. You could have stood together, demanded his capitulation with one voice.
Now you're dreaming. You are dreaming. You are dreaming. You are dreaming. And this plan would have never worked. The Emperor was not going to yield to his own creations. He would never do that. Who are you? Who are you? You're a child. He would never. He would kill you first, or die trying.
Moved him from power and prevented this. All of it before. And if he had refused, then you could have stopped him. Together. Stopped him cleanly.
There's no such thing. When you try to usurp the throne, there is no clean way of doing it. It will be bloody. Worlds will burn. Armies will die. Civilians will also die, and their lives will change forever. There is no clean way of doing this. You are talking about usurping the throne of your sovereign.
Before the price became 1 trillion lives. A quick end. A clean death. But they were all too much like him. Each one of them a copied part of him.
So were you.
Rogel too stubborn to listen. Sanguinius too forgiving to see the flaws. Russ too inflamed with his own ego. Throne, all of them too much like him, even the ones that eventually sided with you when the blood began to flow. Thorgrim, too in love with his own glory, Angron too agonized to know any different, Magnus too headstrong and sure of himself. All of them, too much like him, because that was how he made them, too much like their father, your father, but not you.
Hey, alright, not you. You're the special one. Huh? Yeah.
You were the only one who overcame the inheritance of your bloodline.
You did?
You remained true. You alone stayed strong. You have saved the human race, or what remains of it.
Really?
Remember that. You had to mash the skull of your helpless father into the floor to do it, but ugly deeds are the price you pay when the cause is just. Your own father. You try not to dwell on that part. You try not to think of him that way. You try to forget the bond you once had, the 30 glorious years. or how proud you felt to be his first found son. It's finished now. You take the time you need to collect yourself. You'll decide how long that will be. A period of mourning. A time for reflection. You just need some peace now. A long measure of peace. Some silence.
I hear whispering.
But the whispers are deafening.
Stop.
You murmur. Why won't they leave you alone? They have been whispering incessantly behind your back since Malagurst first woke you from your dream to begin the final illumination. No, not Malagurst. Argonis. That's right. The boy, Kinor Argonis.
What are you talking about? I have no clue what you're talking about, Horus.
Oh, it's so hard to think with the whispers gnawing at your brain. You want to settle your mind and get all of this clear and straight, so that when you dictate it to Mercedes Olaton, she records a true account of it. And history will remember how hard you tried, and how deeply you struggled with your conscience, and how heavy was the price you paid. But the whispers...
Wait a minute, you have a new remembrance? So why did you kill Petronella Viva? Why did you kill her? She could have stayed and become your remembrance as the war master of this Horus heresy. Like, why did you kill her? She was your grand supporter. She loved you. And you killed her. And now you have this new remembrance. Wow. Miss Petronella Viva, you love the wrong man. I'm so sorry.
Leave me alone.
You say. The walls breathe. It is very bright in the court, like being outdoors in the searing starlight of Kalistar, or the labyrinth knot of Wigbelak in the blazing warp. Light, almost maddeningly bright, strobes slightly, flickering through leaves swayed by the wind.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Or something like leaves. You don't care. You don't look. You hear a man weeping nearby, somewhere behind you, that, unlike the whispering, you can forgive.
Oh, is it Litu?
You understand Loken's grief, for it is your own. You don't look around. You can't take your eyes off your father.
Help me.
You say, over your shoulder.
Garviel. Help me with him. Help me bear him up.
You can't do it yourself.
You hear him rise to his feet behind you. You kneel and lift your father's body in your arms. What whole part of it is left, at least?
Where's this light? I'm sure that's the Emperor, but okay. Maybe I'm getting too excited.
He is so light, so fragile. There is nothing of him. Like rags, like a bundle of sticks, dry and paper thin.
How can the body be light when it's cladded in armor? And, the Emperor is physically huge, so...
Please, Lupercal, stop now, Loken says.
It's too late.
You reply. You clear your throat.
I have stopped, Gavial. It's done. It's finished.
It's not too late, he answers.
What do you mean it's not too late? The Emperor's dead. Well, he's not dead. I know he's not dead, but he's dead. So what do you mean, Loken?
You turn to look at him, your father in your arms. Loken gazes up at you, his eyes dark hollows, his sword forgotten on the deck behind him.
Help me with him,
You say.
help me lay him to rest in honor. He was my father, after all.
It's not too late, Loken insists. Not for you, not for us. You've done what you set out to do. Let go of the power.
Why would I want to do that?
You ask. To prove you are Horus. To prove you are a man and not a puppet.
I told you.
You did. But their claws are deep in you, and their lies delude you. Prove them wrong. You say you took the power into yourself to achieve this end. Well, it is achieved, Father. So if you meant what you said, you don't need the power anymore. Set it aside while you still can. Show the world of men that you are still one of them and true to your word.
I mean, yeah. But after you kill the other loyalist Primarchs. After you kill the other loyalist Primarchs, then yeah, you can let go of the power, you know? Yeah, because I don't think you can really challenge Lionel Johnson. I don't know if you can actually match up with him and fight and defeat him. Because rest assured, he's gonna come after you. Lehman Russ, I think you can beat him. Robuta Gilliman, I don't know. It's possible. Rogaldon will kill you. Rogaldon will kill you. He will kill you. Constantine Valdor will try. You will probably kill him. But yeah. You can let it go after you've defeated the other Primarchs.
Show the foul gods you are not their plaything or a helpless instrument of their designs.
The power is mine.
You say. The boy has no understanding of anything.
The power is mine to keep and use as I see fit. It's not the power, Loken. It's what you do with it. It is not the evil you think it is.
You have just slain a golden king in a cathedral of darkness, says Loken. Did those aspects, light and dark, choose themselves?
They are just aspects.
You laugh.
Contrivances of presentation. Darkness to oppose light, you see. I chose my aspect to counter his arrogant show of glory. The darkness isn't evil, Loken. No more than the light is good or true. They're just symbols.
Symbols have power, Father.
Not in the simplistic way you think, my son.
Then cast them off, says Loken. Get rid of them. This darkness, this black heart, this palace of terror. Cast the power away, now you are done with it. Use the one thing you had that your father did not.
And what is that?
You inquire. Loken places his hand on your chest. A feeling heart, he says bitterly. You just killed your father. Be a man and show you are sensible to it. His words cut you. Does he really think this of you? Can't he see? Perhaps there is some truth in what he says. Perhaps you should shed this black aspect of terror, to show that it is yours to command, and not the other way around.
So, if you let it go, and you need it back, can you talk to the Chaos Gods and they'll give it back to you, or what?
The work is over. It would be a relief. It would take this weight from your limbs and the guilt from your heart and this deadness from your mind. You could breathe again and hurt and grieve for what has been done and clothe yourself in white and gold for mourning. It would make the pain go away. It would justify your actions. The future can see you. You dare not imagine a future that only knows you as this. You let it go. Just for a moment. You let it go.
How does it feel?
Just for a second. You let it slip from you, like a falling cloak. You let it slide out of you like a withdrawing knife. Its thorns raking your meat and marrow as it drags away. You let it drain from you and pour out of you like blood.
I hear whispers. I don't think the demons are impressed with Horus's decision here. They must be like, "What are you doing? You idiot! He's still alive!"
There's so much of it. But everything stops bleeding eventually.
Why don't the Chaos Gods stop him?
The whispers rise again in horror. They shriek at you. "Stop it," you say. "I answer to no one." But the whispers won't cease. They swirl around you, saying the thing they have been saying since this all began, again and again, like dead leaves skittering in the breeze or shushing underfoot, like the dry wing cases of beetles, like whirring moths, like the fire spit of the warp, unending. What is it they keep whispering? It's infuriating. You can almost make out the words. The name. One name.
A name?
No, one phrase. Uttered and repeated, echoed and amplified by psychoacoustic force. One phrase made of white light, uttered in unison by 1,000,000 voices. 2,000,000. An entire species. The Emperor must live.
Okay. Ooh. Wait, how 2 million voices? 3 million? Is this a prayer? Are people praying to the Emperor? And it's being reflected in the warp and it's been funneled into the Emperor. It's payday. Yes, it's payday. He's getting all that energy. Oh, wow.
No! That's not. Speak this with me, as it is spoken to me. The Emperor must live. No! Lift up your hands. He must live.
Definitely, it's a prayer. He must live. So where is he? Is he behind Horus? Is he gonna like stab him in the back or something? Where is he?
A trick. A last trick. A last damned trick. A lever to prise open your armor. A feint to make you drop your guard. A magician's encore sleight of hand. The final desperate scheme of an eternal and ruthless schemer.
And Loken knows this. That's why he's asking you to let go of the power. Hey, Loken. Hey.
You make to cast your father's corpse aside, because you understand it is merely part of the trick. But the body is already disintegrating into papery ash and luminous dust. It was just an aspect. Another discarded aspect. Another empty husk.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears attentive. He's somewhere around there. Horus. He's gonna stab you in the back.
He is not dead. You cry out in anger and despair. You try to snatch the power back into yourself, but it is pooled around you in a great black slick, sticky and sluggish, slow to respond.
Come on.
Slow to obey, reluctant to re-inhabit the vessel of your body now that you have scorned it. You draw it back in as quickly as you can. You inhale to fill your lungs and soul with it. You gather it in frantically, for you must be ready to defend yourself. The worst of it, your human heart, still raw and exposed, feels relief. A kind of joy. Your father is not dead. Your father is not dead. You didn't kill him. He lives.
Yeah, he does, Horus. He does.
Loken faces you, his sword in his hand. But it's not Loken. It never was. Are you telling me that all that we've heard from part 12, part 11, when Horus, part 12, part 11, and part 10, that was the Emperor the whole time? Are you telling me that the Emperor's been talking to this man the whole freaking time as Loken? Loken is still sprawled on the deck to your left where you threw him, gazing on in horror.
Oh, okay, all right, yes. After part 10, during part 11, that's when he threw Loken away and he hit the Emperor's skull with Worldbreaker. Okay, so in that time, that's when the doppelganger appeared, which is the Emperor. Aha! Okay, woo! Wow, Emperor.
Or is it wonder? You will not die like this. You will not be tricked like this. The power begins to flood back into your veins. The darkness of it, the sweet agony, the reassuring rage, the strength.
But it's too late. It's too late.
Loken steps towards you. The other Loken. The Loken who is not Loken. The sword in his hand is not Rubio's old blade. The sword in his hand is the great war sword. The face is not Loken's. It is his face.
The music. It's another Scott Buckley song. I forgot the title, but I have it as well. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice.
The aspect of Loken collapses into void mist as your father steps out to meet you in all his bloody majesty. His wounds are great. Blood is dried black across his face and his ruined arm. But there is a light inside him, a light behind his eyes. The pure white light of a species that, in its madness, believes in him beyond all reason, and trusts in him beyond all logic. A species that imagines him to be its shield and protector, that has such faith in that act of imagination, it is made real.
Ave Imperator.
He could not fight you alone. He could not beat you. But by bluff and ruse and stratagem and sacrifice, he has held your attention until he no longer has to. To be absent in the body is to be present in the Emperor. That's what the whispers are screaming. A whole species is present to hear them. Its will united in one form. Not a man, not a father, but a king of all ages. He looks like a god. A wounded god, but a god nonetheless. It's not his power. It's where it comes from.
It comes from us, humanity.
We are one and the same, the whispers say. Mankind and Emperor. Emperor and mankind. Souls bound together. We are together as one, or we are nothing.
You are no god!
You shout.
Then this will be a fair fight.
Ah!
The whispers answer. You howl your defiance as he comes at you. He is clearly weak and wounded, but you are weak too. You have gathered up but a fraction of the power you had. You must keep him at bay for a moment longer, hold him back while you recover your full strength. For in this moment, you are just Horus Lupercal. You swing Worldbreaker and deflect the path of his sword. Sparks fly like comets. Your talon rakes through armor, flesh and bone. Blood fogs the air between you. His mind burns through your nervous system, disrupting your motor control and cascading pain through your core. You block his mind, twist it sideways through 13 dimensions, and render irreparable ischemic damage. You clamp his throat with your talon. You crush his windpipe and sever his carotid.
Come on, Emperor.
Blood squirts out in a hosing arc. More blood snorts and spurts from his mouth as he chokes.
Come on, Emperor.
He batters his blade across your skull and shoulder, shredding your serpent scales. You push him away, refractors banging as they fail and collapse, and punish him with your maul as he staggers back, clutching at his throat. You break his wrist. The warblade clatters from his hand.
Come on.
You crunch his ribs. You unleash bloodlight from the eye on your chest plate and torch his face. His hair burns. The flesh of his cheek melts to the bone.
Come on.
One eye roasts and bursts. Worldbreaker shatters his spine. You feel the power returning to you.
Quickly!
It can't come fast enough. You need all of it. You need all of it. Reeling, he burns you back. A beam of light rakes you from his one remaining eye. Pure force, blue-white, the focused will of the human race, piercing your darkness as the beacon of the hollow mountain pierces the void.
Erase him.
The pain is... The pain is... The pain...
Yes, yes!
is more than a man can bear. And you are still just a man. It's not the power, it's what you do with it. And you, fool, let it go. You let it all go. You fall to your knees, on fire within and without. His psychic beam continues to incinerate you. Please, you ask. Please, you implore. Give it back. Give the power back to me.
I'm actually surprised that the Chaos Gods are not insisting on pushing that power back into him. They're just watching this happen. I'm really surprised at that. I really thought they wanted Horus to win no matter what. And now at this point, at his weakest point, they are not doing anything about this. They're just watching it happen. Oh.
Oh, they will. They will. The old fool will let you have it all back because it serves their interests. But they will make you suffer first as a cautionary reprimand.
There's no time for that. He's about to die.
For spurning their generous gifts. They will make you pay for that in fire and agony, and they will let that punishment last a while. The Emperor, their only real foe, cannot kill you after all the power he has salvaged and scraped together, for all the tricks he has played to weaken you and render you vulnerable when you were entirely invulnerable, for all the ways he has made you look like a fool. He cannot actually kill you.
But now he can. With the power of faith. He can. Watch him.
He does not have the means, not even him, to kill the limitless thing you have become. The instrument of chaos incarnate.
Watch him.
Because that's what you are. Horus Lupercal. That's all you are. War Master. That is all you will ever be. First found son. A slave to their darkness. A weapon in their hands. A puppet on their strings. Beguiled by their promises and lies. An instrument with no mind of its own, designed to shatter the shield of humanity and tip the human species into the neverness of the warp. On your knees, caught in the torrent of your father's flame, you look up at him. You see it now. At last. Perhaps as he has always seen it. A simple truth. A secret that should have been kept despite everything. Some truths are too dangerous to know, or too lethal to hear. That's why he kept it for 30,000 years. Now you know it too. You see, through insurmountable pain, everything. Everything that has been ruined and everything that has been betrayed. You cannot ask him for forgiveness. You don't dare. And you can't speak anyway. But he can see it in your eyes. You were too weak to resist them then. And you will be too weak in another moment when they relent and replenish you with their abominable gifts.
True.
Your eyes beg him for mercy. A son to his father.
He will give you the Emperor's mercy.
End this. End it now. If you can. If that is even possible. End it before it is too late. If you can't do it, no one can. The burning stops. The psychic beam abates. You sway, gasping. Your father has a knife. An old stone thing.
A knife? You mean that knife that Ollie person gave you? Oh. So you're not going to erase his soul? Oh, okay.
What is it? It's so small in his hand. That won't do it. That won't be enough. He seems to hesitate. Reluctant. You clench in sudden spasm and convulsion and cry out. The power is returning. It is flowing back into you with great rapidity, as though the old four are suddenly desperate to restore their gifts.
You guys are too late. Where was this insistence before? Guys, come on. You're too late now. Chaos gods. Oh gosh.
What do they know? What have they seen that makes them act in such haste? Your father looks at the knife.
I wait for you. And I forgive you.
He drives it into your heart.
So, the knife is going to kill Horus? His soul's not going to be erased and, the body just shrivels up and he's dead? Oh, okay. I guess it's been, what's the word I'm looking for? It's been reworked, for lack of a better word. It's been reworked, and this is a different conclusion to, this fight between Horus and the Emperor. Yeah. I don't know about this one, about the knife. I know about the one of erasing his soul from the body, because it was the only way to permanently kill Horus, because he might be resurrected, or something of that effect might happen if you just kill him and you don't destroy the soul. So yeah, I know about that ending in terms of the Emperor using his psychic powers to erase his soul. But this one with the knife, I don't know anything about it. But yeah, it's cool too. It's cool. It's very touching compared to the soul erasure one, I guess.
Loken is on his feet. He sees the blade glint. A simple stone knife won't break that blade. Something so small surely can't. As the blade goes in. Heart thrust. The quick mercy stroke of a custodian's misericordia. Practical and unfussy. The two figures freeze together for a moment. The kneeling son. The standing father. Joined by the knife. And through that blade, the Emperor channels the full force of his will. The sublime power, a psychic blast of profound magnitude, courses down the ancient blade like lightning conducting through a metal rod. The fireball flash of its strike is brighter than all creation.
Oh, okay, so that's how his soul is going to be erased. He channels his power into that knife and it hits Horus and... Okay, alright.
Then, the light begins to die. A darkness falls quickly. It is not the glossy blackness of the court's infinite architecture. It is soft and mute, like the advent of night or the dimming of vision and sense. Horus smiles. His smile is no longer the terrible smile that greeted them when they entered the Lupercal court. The smile that shivered the world with mortal dread. It is now the smile Loken remembers from long ago. There is no blood. The Athena is sharp. Sharp enough to cut space. Sharp enough to slice reality. It has waited a long, long time for this. From the original killing that made it and stained it with the shadow of all murder, to this. The 8th death that it was promised.
The knife was promised 8 deaths? Okay.
Horus smiles. The smile vanishes. Then so does flesh, lips and mouth, revealing another smile.
He's disintegrating.
A rictus grin of teeth. A mask of bone. There is no redemption, for the time for that is long past. There is only resignation. And in the end, it's just a man killing his son with a stone. The blade slides out and turns to dust. The body falls. And then the galaxy burns.
Man, the Chaos Gods must be screaming. They must be screaming. They must be livid. You know, they must be just hitting themselves on the face. You know, just, you know, thinking that, we should have done this, we should have done that, but we didn't. Oh well.
Greetings, one and all. If you enjoyed that, you can support me on my Patreon, Discord, Redbubble, or with a channel membership, or simply like, comment, and subscribe to catch any future DQVO videos. And as always, my thanks for watching.
Wow. Alright, guys, that is it. The end and the death 3, the death of Horus, voiceover, part 12, finale, made on the DQVO YouTube channel, and it was requested by Anthraxcribe 2222. And that's how it ends. Blade in the heart, psychic power transferred into it, and his soul is erased, and the knife disintegrates, Horus disintegrates, the Emperor collapses onto the floor, and the galaxy burns. Yeah, no, this was a very long and, you know, detailed battle. It could have lasted for years, the way things were just evolving in terms of the conflict between the father and the son. It could have lasted for years. You know, when you think about their abilities, and the fact that they can enter into many dimensions and utilize the warp in any fashion they could ever imagine. This battle between father and son, really, it feels like it lasted for a year, maybe 2 years. Really, that's how it felt like, from the first part all the way up to the 12th part, including the prelude. Yeah, this was a long journey. This battle was extensive. It was very layered, and Horus did and said everything he could to justify his actions. He really was, in turmoil, in conflict with himself, his human self, the part that still loves his father, the part that still loves his brothers, and then the part that has been created from his ambition, from his desires for power, that is fueled by the Chaos Gods. And yeah, he was going through a lot, not only by the presence of the Emperor, but by the presence of Loken. Loken affected him deeply. And with the Emperor as well. The Emperor didn't really say much. The Emperor did not say anything really to Horus until the very end of their conflict. But just his presence alone affected Horus emotionally. And he kept on telling himself that, no, I can make no mistakes. I'm better than I was before. I'm no longer governed by my emotions. I can't be angry anymore. I am in control of myself. But through his actions, you could see that was not true. That was not true. But he kept telling himself these lies, believing that it was true. And yeah, that last gambit by the Emperor, by transforming himself into the image of Loken, it reminds me of the time when Erebus did the same trick. He did the same trick to Horus Lupercal by becoming who was he? I forgot the Astartes that Horus Lupercal really loved. One of his other sons, besides Loken, he loved another son who died, and Erebus transformed into that son. And that's how he was able to convince and make Horus understand that this is going to be the possible future where you don't exist, where you are no longer venerated as one of the sons of the Emperor, and you are cast into obscurity. He transformed into one of Horus's favorite sons, and the Emperor did the same tactic here, and it worked. It worked twice on Horus. He is very emotional. He is very sentimental. He is attached to his sons, and the Emperor exploited that. Erebus, the hand of destiny, also exploited that. And yeah, it was amazing, really. It was just pure entertainment. For me, that was just pure entertainment. And the fact that, the religion, the cult that would start venerating and worshipping and praying to the Emperor as a god, their collective energy had been transported or transferred into the warp, or reflected in the warp, and had filtered down to the Emperor. That is just amazing timing right there. That's amazing timing for the Emperor, because he was reaching his limit. I think, I don't know, I don't know, but the way he presented himself to Horus, and the way he's been keep fighting and getting up and fighting and collapsing to the floor or being defeated but getting up again. It seems as if he was reaching his limit until payday came in. He got his payment from humanity. They gave him that loan. They gave him that power, and he used it. And yeah, we are forever bound to the Emperor, and the Emperor is bound to us. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing. It was just amazing to see that happen. The collective will of millions of people reflecting in the warp, and that power being transferred to the Emperor. Amazing. And that was just like a few million people. In the years to come, it will be hundreds of millions to trillions of people across the galaxy. All of that power being transferred to the Emperor. Yeah, wow. And, Horus had this delusion thinking that, he could save some of his brothers from death, at his hands, like Robute Gilliman and Rogel Dawn, while his other brothers, who he deemed not worthy of saving, they would die, as soon as possible. They would die as soon as possible. And he thinks that there would be peace. He thinks that his brothers would just allow him to kill his other brothers. He thinks that Robute Gilliman and Rogel Dawn would just surrender to him because he's a god. The insanity, the craziness of thinking that all of these plans were just going to come into fruition because of his power. What was that saying by Loken again? Oh yeah, we are mighty because we are right. We are not right because we are mighty. Vile the hour when the reversal becomes our credo. And this echoes true, especially for Horus Lupercal. Because he believed that because of my strength, because of my power, I am right, and my brothers will also see me as right. They will not challenge me. They will bow before me. He lost it. He truly lost it. And the Emperor tried. He tried no, it wasn't the Emperor, it was Loken, sorry. I'm getting mixed up there. It was Loken. Loken tried. He really tried to convince his father, to come back. He tried his best, but, he didn't realize that this was his father's truest desire. Even though he does have that human part of him in there, it's been completely overshadowed by his weakness, his desires, his ambition. Yeah. Wow. So what happened to Litu after he saw the Chaos Gods? Where is he now? Is he in the warp? I don't know what happened to him. And also John Grammaticus, what happened to him? Is he still trapped in the Vengeful Spirit, or did he leave the ship? Yeah. And Loken. Since Loken is still alive, what happened to him? Is he still part of the Imperium of Man, or what? Is he an Inquisitor? Or is he a Grey Knight? I don't know. I think I'll have to look that up. But, yeah. Wow. Amazing. I really did enjoy this. I enjoyed the music. Oh, the music. I think DQVO is after my heart. I think he is after my heart because we like the same taste in music. We like Scott Barkley's music. Scott Barkley makes amazing music, and the music selection, the music choice he made for this segment, especially the part where the Emperor came back, I just forgot the name of the song. Let me see if I can find it here.
I come to say goodbye.
Sorry about that. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. It is... Yes, Raise the Sun. Raise the Sun. By Scott Buckley. Yes, Raise the Sun. When he used that music in the video, it was amazing. And he also mixed it up with Vanguard. So it was Raise the Sun, Vanguard, and then Raise the Sun at the end of the video, or at the end of the fight between Horus and the Emperor. It was amazing. Magnifique. Well done, DQVO. Well done. Thank you for that. That was amazing. All right, guys, that's it for the marathon. Thank you again to Anthrax Crab 2222 for the requests, and thank you also to DQVO for such amazing, entertaining Warhammer 40k content. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my reactions, and remember, if you like it, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Good night.